Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Nazaru, and yesterday, June 5th, DICE and the other Battlefield developers released the patch notes for the mid-season update for Season 3. Now, while there is a laundry list of changes, there are a few major updates and changes that are coming that I wanted to go over and talk about. So the beginning of the blog post is essentially saying, hey, here's the update, here's what we're doing, here's when it's coming out. So at 9 a.m. or I guess 0900 UTC, players will be able to download the update as it goes live across all platforms and jump in with the latest gameplay changes. At 1200 UTC, all content in this update goes live with Cairo Bazaar, Obliteration, and the Explosive Charge event. So let's go into a few of those other things. Obviously, the Explosive Charge event is a new event that's happening. High explosives have been set. Prepare for the blast with the Explosive Charge event, a limited time event built around destruction, momentum, and all-out chaos. Every push, pickup, and detonation brings squads closer to pure obliteration. Then obviously we're getting the new map, Cairo Bazaar, which is a reimagination of Grand Bazaar from Battlefield 3. And we're getting the return of Obliteration. If you don't know, Obliterate in this description, an Obliteration packs and NATO fight to control neutral bombs placed across the map and use them to destroy enemy MCOMs. Both sides must risk everything to secure the bomb, escort the carrier, reach the detonation site, and obliterate the enemy. So it's kind of like domination from Call of Duty. You can kind of think of it like that. Or not domination, demolition, sorry. We're also getting the PP-19, an iconic Battlefield SMG is reborn. Built from a unique predecessor, the PP-19 delivers a modest but dependable close-range option, while still being able to tap into its helical high-capacity routes through select modifications. We're also getting a new recon gadget, the handheld jammer. Jam the enemy signal with the handheld jammer, a new recon gadget that disrupts nearby smart and electronic devices for a short period of time. This kind of reminds me of the new recon gadget that we got from Season 2 that can block drones and rockets and other things as such. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to be vastly different. I'm assuming it's going to be with claymores or C4s, things of that nature. Battle Royale Solos is returning. We're also getting a couple new attachments. So cryogenically treated barrel that enables a quick transition to aim down sights and improves accuracy during sustained fire. I'm assuming this is going to be very good for LMGs or rifles that you can have high capacity magazines on. We're also getting 00 Buckshot, standard penetration shotgun ammunition with increased range and damage per pellet, but fewer pellets per shot. This kind of gives me an idea that it's like buckshot and like the standard buckshot and slug rounds, but obviously not as precise as slug rounds. There's also going to be a free trial from June 9th through the 15th, so that's kind of cool, getting new people into the game. And then there's kind of some descriptions of other things that they're doing. So weapons and attachments receive a broad polish past. Burst fire attachments, extended barrels, thermal optics, attachment poses, and reload behavior, tac light unlocks, and weapon previews have all seen further consistency in usability improvements. Gadgets receive further tuning. LWCMS portable mortar, the claymores, Maz 148 glaive, the recon drone, the EOD bot, the LTLM2 PLD, the repair tools, C4 explosives, and missile guidance have all been adjusted to improve reliability, scoring, placement behavior, and counterplay. There's obviously been improvements to the UI, HUD, front-end improvements, portals getting some touch-up, audio, vehicles, and map enhancements. Like I said, it's a laundry list of changes, and there's not a whole lot that's happening, but there are a couple vehicle changes that are taking place. So under vehicles, they say, dev note, we're making the radar system passive for the attack helicopter, an innate ability equipped by default on all attack helicopters. So this is essentially getting rid of it, and you will always have the radar system passive for your attack chopper. It's not going to take up an equipment slot. And then they say under that, to replace it in the passive equipment slot, we're adding the new thermal optic passive, which adds a thermal camera to the gunner seat that is activated when you zoom. This is going to be a big buff for the attack chopper, especially if you have a coordinated gunner or just someone who's really good in your gunner seat. The gunner is already a very strong spot in the attack chopper, and now with this thermal optic, I think the attack chopper is going to see a lot higher play, and I think this is a strong buff for it. I think it's going to be a little bit overkill at first, and maybe they have to tweak it, or maybe you can't zoom maybe in the future while using thermal optics. I don't know. I think it's a great addition to the game. I miss thermal optics on tanks and the attack chopper and such, but with the way that vehicles are balanced in this game, makes it a little strong in my opinion. They're also introducing 2 new rocket types for the mobile anti-air in order to improve its flexibility and skill expression. Interesting way to put that, but the 2 new rocket types for the mobile anti-air. High velocity rockets have extremely limited guidance but are fired rapidly with a higher velocity than other rockets. They require good aim to be effective but have a higher potential damage output than other options. Then you also have aim-guided anti-air missiles. They carry smaller payloads than the aim-guided weapons on other vehicles, but make up for it with substantially improved velocity and maneuverability. These 2 different options kind of give me the idea or the sense that the mobile AA is not good. It's not a Swiss Army knife against all air vehicles, unlike other options like an RPG or the AT-4 rocket launcher. So to counteract that, they made these 2 new missile types. So the aim-guided anti-air missile sounds like it's going to be good against like the Little Bird and jets. So something that has lower HP, right? Because it carries smaller payloads, but they make up with velocity and maneuverability, while the high velocity rockets are going to be good against the transport helo and the attack chopper, maybe things that are a little bit slower, but still need something, right? A rocket to take them out. A couple other changes they made: ground transport vehicles excluding dirt bikes now support crawl speed functionality when using keyboard input similar to tanks. They changed the anti-personnel shell pellet count for the MBT from 16 to 32. Not many people use that, so I'm kind of curious how that's really gonna be affected moving forward. I don't see many tank players are gonna be using that. And then there's been some changes to gadgets, a whole laundry list, nothing like too crazy other than the portable mortar. They said, since the start of Season 3, we've continued to monitor the portable mortar and how it performs in stationary playstyles. With this update, we're further increasing the risk of staying deployed in one location for too long, making it more important to reposition between volleys and avoid return fire from enemy players. So the portable mortar, its health has been reduced from 250 HP down to 50 HP. And then you can no longer use the mortar and the missile intercept system. They can't be equipped together, and you also cannot put the missile intercept system near the portable mortar. So even if you were to have a teammate or a friend place one down for you because you have a mortar, it's still not going to work. They can't be placed near each other. So I'm assuming it's going to be kind of along the same ranges as how mines behave. Speaking of mines from the EOD bot have been nerfed a little bit, so they can no longer be placed within 5 meters of other EOD bot mines, M15 AV mine, or M4A1 slams. So that's kind of a good change. I feel like the EOD bot is not broken, but it's better than the other mines that we have in the game. The M18A1 AP mines, trigger range and fragmentation damage range have been unified at approximately 3 meters, and claymore fragmentation no longer deals self-damage. Kind of another big change is the RPG. So in Season 2, they kind of changed how the RPG's projectile moved and how it was zeroed, they're now reverting a little bit of that change. So they reworked the trajectory and the zeroing range. The zeroing range has been reduced from 100 meters down to 22 meters, which is kind of nice because at close range, then it would just kind of just shoot upwards. If you haven't noticed that, if you've been using the RPG, you might have noticed. But that has now not fixed, but it should kind of feel a little bit normal than what it should have from the past. Other than those big changes, not a lot else is happening for this mid-season update. A lot of it is going to be surrounded Cairo Bazaar. That's kind of like the big push here is, hey, look at our new map. This is great. New weapons coming out, new modes, and I think it's great. I think it's nice for a mid-season update. I still would have liked to see a little bit more, but again, that's what the big updates are for. That's what we're gonna have to wait for season 4 down the line, probably closer to August potentially, which I'm fine with. Would just always like to see a little bit more out of DICE, but again, I think all these changes and the laundry list of the change log is good for the game, always making small improvements here and there where they see fit. And, you know, constantly seeing things that they've done in the past where it's like, hey, you know, we nerfed the RPG into oblivion, so we're going to kind of go back and fix that a little bit. There's been some frustration. I think that's nice. DICE is doing a very good job, and the whole Battlefield team over there is doing a phenomenal job. So I'm excited come the 9th, which is just right around the corner, a few days from now. But if you guys want to see more content, let me know by leaving a comment down below what you would like to see. Are you guys excited for this mid-season update? Are you excited to play Cairo Bazaar? If you are, again, let me know and consider subscribing. Until next time, enjoy, you guys.